Hey guys, I'm in Miami at the 10X headquarters here with Jared Grant Cardone and the team. We just got out of a 2-day exclusive mastermind with some of the most influential people in the world, and Grant was walking us through how he built an unbreakable business, one of the businesses that grew the fastest from $3 million to a company being worth over $3 billion and survived multiple recessions back to back to back with record growth. He's gonna walk us through the office and how they do this thing.
Thanks so much first of all for coming here and being here, and what you're doing is amazing. Very impressive. You know, we really have leaned on 5 things that have made us into what we are today. And you know, there's 258 employees, you mentioned $3 billion valuation, all this stuff. But it didn't start like that. It started with 3 people. And so
it's in LA.
I know, it's important for people to understand that, like, what you see now, like, this isn't the thing you have to have today. This is the thing you grow into. And so I want to take you through the 5 things that really got us from 3 people to almost 300 and you know, multiple billion-dollar valuations. So the first thing that you have to have is you have to figure out the right mindset, right? You have to think bigger. You know, one of the things that people always get from being around Grant is they're like, dude, this guy thinks so big, and it stretches you, like, because most of the people that we're around, like, they have all of these preconceived ideas from like when they were raised and you know,
family,
like just family,
everyone.
everything. And so this is Grant's office. This is where it all starts. It all starts with the mindset. And that mindset of big think and without boundaries and try new things and don't be afraid to fail, like all of those things come from Grant. He's the one that sets the tone. And so if you're a leader in a company, it's your responsibility to set the tone.
Sits at the top, from the founders and the C-suite.
If you're an employee, you have to control your mindset when you go into your job every day. Like, I'm an employee, like I gotta control my mindset when I go in every day, and then hopefully I come to a company that is reinforcing that. And you know, in our situation, Grant has very specific views about money. And so that kind of like, when you blend like this think big and you think about financial freedom and prosperity, like we have the Grant Cardone Foundation, so philanthropy is a big part of what we do. You know, you bring all those things together, now you have mindset and you start thinking differently about money. And so what happens is it starts to create the proper expectation of what's required. Most people miss on that. They totally miss on that.
They underestimate all the difficulties, the challenges, the sacrifices, even the attacks from media,
100%.
Negativity.
Yeah, and I know you understand this. You know? So it's so what happens is you start thinking differently, start thinking bigger, you start getting your mind right about money. Almost everybody has been miseducated about money. Like 99% of people who are not in the 1% have been miseducated about money.
100%.
And it's not about cars, it's about all the things that money is required to do. Primarily get known. Like, money is to be used. Like, it's most useful when it's used to do things like grow and expand your business. And so what I want to do now is I want to take you into our marketing area, where that really is where we are taking all of the mindset and pushing it out into the marketplace.
Yeah, and you guys have this unstoppable, crazy marketing machine.
Yeah.
This office looks beautiful. You gave him a tour. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
Let's check out.
And it's not, you know, but this is just also Grant, because it's not some big, huge, elaborate, like, you know, this is just, he's like, I don't even need an office. What do I need an office here? Like let's put 2 or 3 people in there. Like, he's, you know, he's constantly.
How can I
be
produce
more efficient,
more?
more
Let's do more.
Yeah. So this is Cardone Capital right here.
Okay.
You know, there's $4.5 billion in assets under management in the portfolio.
Wild.
Got a full team here, property managers, accounting, investor relations, all that stuff. This is our accounting team here, finance team. This is where, you know.
The one that tracks all the money coming in?
Well, you know, we've got thousands and thousands of customers, and so they're constantly billing and collecting and, you know, all the good things that go along with making a sale.
I love this, by the way.
So
I love just the reinforcement of the mindset throughout the whole office.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 10X, it's everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
So now, once you start thinking big and you start thinking differently, the next thing you have to figure out is, how do you get known? Like, how do you get out of obscurity?
If they don't know you, they can't buy from you.
If they don't know you, they can't flow you.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we have a rule in marketing. You can see it on the wall there. The #1 rule of marketing is promote, promote, promote.
Promote, promote, promote.
So this is the room here where we manage social, we're creating pages, we're creating graphics, the events team is in here, the developers are in here, copywriting team, some of the team is in here, and then we also have probably 30 remote staff on the marketing team as well. So you can see here,
it's a massive marketing team.
And we're boards looking at stats and how things are performing for the day. So like we're constantly looking at data and really the statistic. Like what is the effect of the marketing that we're doing? Like is it driving these event ticket sales? Is it driving product sales? Is it driving Cardone U deals? Like what are the effects of the marketing that we're doing? And so again, like this is an advanced marketing environment. Like when we were getting started, we didn't even spend money. We didn't even spend money on Facebook, because most people think they're like, oh, I got to figure out how to spend money on ads because that's what everybody tells me to do. But for the first 6 years, we didn't spend $1. All we did was like use the platforms organically to figure out our message and to start finding our audience. And one of the biggest misconceptions people have is like this race to how do I start spending money on traffic, because that's what everybody says I'm supposed to do. But really, what we focus on is how do you organically find your messaging, your audience? How do you leverage these platforms to get in a way where once you figure it out, you use money to amplify it, and then you can start getting creative and all kinds of the different widgets and like black holes of marketing that you can go down into.
And I know one of the things that you guys taught us at this mastermind that we've been at, hey, while everyone is running away, now is a great time to start pumping marketing spend, because you see all the ad platforms, they're gonna drop the cost to acquire. This is the stuff that Jared and Grant and Elena talk about. The cost is gonna go down. It's the time to attack the market, acquire your market share, and really build this unbreakable business. It's amazing.
Well, that's, every great company that had massive expansion over the last like 40 or 50 years, they did it when things were pulling back.
Yeah, when it was retracting.
It's like when you can grow and everybody's falling back, the net effect of how much market share you gain multiplies.
Yep.
Right? So now we kind of get the marketing, we're going through awareness, attention, getting out of obscurity. It generates a customer, or a prospect, I should say.
Yeah, lead.
And then what you have to do now is you have to figure out how to turn that lead into a customer. And so that happens through the sales team. Okay. And so I want to take you back here. Now again, when we started, I was the sales team. Yeah. And there was one. And so when you see this today, you got to understand, there's 50 people in here like on the phones.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't start like this, but you do all the right things along the way and you end up building something like this.
Something big.
They're selling our corporate sales training product. They're selling mentoring programs, coaching programs, event tickets.
In the boiler room, let's give it up!
Hey!
Let me get 2 claps in the 10X!
Welcome. Thank you. And then this is like the mindset reinforced, like you said, like you're reinforcing the thing. We got a vibe here, like everybody's excited to be here. They understand what we're doing here. They understand how many people are being helped. So it's like you have to take the mindset, you have to take that into the marketplace with your marketing so you can start promoting at the levels that you actually need to hit your targets.
Yep.
And then when you create leads and opportunities, you have to convert them.
Get them to the sales team, follow up.
Daily training, daily role play. Like you're building like a machine.
Wow.
That is just like to where you could literally, now we've got it down to the point where we can bring people in that have very little, even no sales experience, and in 60 days they can be producing.
Yeah, hitting quota ramp.
Yeah, and so that's not always an easy thing to do, but because of the way we compress culture, we compress time, we compress training, we're able to get radical results from people that have virtually no experience.
And this sales team, you said the daily stand-ups, the daily role playing, that helps keep everyone just like unbreakable.
Every call,
bulletproof.
Accountability, like we're one-on-ones constantly. So again, it fortifies the team so that when things get tough, like during COVID, like we had a record year during COVID. Going back to the financial collapse of 2008, really started bleeding into 2009. I came in 2010. Things were just decimated, but like it was that constant push that got us out into the marketplace that allowed us to continue to expand despite what was happening with everybody else. But when you bring new customers in, you have to make sure that they're successful. You have to make sure that the people are winning with your products and services. And so I want to take you up here. The next stop on our tour.
This is great.
Is the customer fulfillment and success department. So this is where if customers have questions, they have concerns, we're running big events, people are reaching out with customer service questions, our coaching department is up here, and so this department, this room is really, they're searching for successful clients. Like they want to create the successful client. If clients aren't being served, if they're not getting what they need, then
they want to make sure they're getting the value.
Well,
they're using it.
Part of scale is having successful customers.
Yep.
So it's like if you don't have people winning with your product or service, then you're never going to grow your company. And like one successful customer should get you 1 or 2 or 3 more customers.
5 more.
But one unsatisfied customer could cost you like 10. And so you have to make sure if you want to grow and scale, and again, like if you're trying to get your first customer, you're trying to go after your 10,000th customer, you have to make sure that people are winning. And so that's what this room is all about. And achieving scale is repeating a successful customer over and over and over again so that you have an organization that actually functions. Yeah. And you have a reputation and a brand that's supported by successful customers. And then the one kind of like the through line of all of this, the thing that strings together, because you think about it from a leadership perspective. You have the mindset you're trying to set.
Absolutely critical.
Not just for yourself, but for your team.
Yep.
Then you have marketing. Right? Then you have sales. Then you have customer success and communicating with the customers. All of those things require communication. Your communication has to be developed. Your communication has to be professional. It has, like, you have to figure out how to communicate to people. And so the last place that we're going to stop is the studio, because this is really where we get our message out and we're communicating at scale to people. Tens of thousands of people, millions of people have been through programs and seen webinars and trainings that we've done here. And so you can see Grant's in the studio right now. But the studio is where we're, communicating our message out to large groups of people. And whether it's telling people about a new program, whether it's delivering a free training, whether it's supporting customers through like mentoring programs that we have, being able to communicate and at scale and professionally is the thing that ties all of it together. Because if you don't communicate, you're not going to be able to communicate mindset and culture to the team. If you're not going to be able to communicate your message to the marketplace, you're not going to be able to communicate your sales presentation to your customer, and you're not going to be able to communicate with your customers on how they need to, what they need to do in order to be more successful with your product. So that was the Nickel Tour.
I love it. Thank you, everyone. So you've seen the studio, you've seen the sales office, the marketing office, the customer success office, the mindset from the leader down to the people. If you want to learn how to build an unbreakable business, these guys are putting on an event like no other, a free event, January 24th through the 28th. They're going to teach you every pillar to success. While everyone, through this tough economic times, through one of the biggest collapses that the world has seen, that the US has seen, they're gonna teach you how to survive and thrive and grow and multiply your business to become unbreakable. We want you to click the link below, register for free to join one of the biggest events of the year to become unbreakable. Click the link below.
See you in January.